What is up, everyone? It's your favorite Hearts of Iron 4 dude, Rex, Youngie, whatever you want to call me. And today is a part one of a very special series, How to Navy. Now, Navy, no one knows how the heck Navy works, myself included. I mean, I kind of do, but no one really does at heart. But this is going to be a multiple part series where I go over every single ship and what the best design is for single player for you to dominate the waves as a Navy player. It's a very tedious thing, but it is easy to learn once you know. And today I'm going to be showing you the best battleship and battlecruiser designs. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm starting as the greatest nation on earth, Italy. As you can see, it has a very decent navy for a major. It's like the second or third smallest. Germany and the Soviets are still behind them. And it needs a lot of building. It only has 2 battleships, 8 heavy cruisers, so only 10 capital ships, and will get destroyed by everything, and all their destroyers suck. So I'm going to be showing you what the best design for any nation in Hearts of Iron 4 is, and I'm going to show that to you right now. So first, I want to start off with what Italy starts with. So when they start their game, this is what you have. You have 2 early heavy ships and 2 Littoral class heavy ships in 1936 being built. They may be inclined to be like, oh, well, this only has, if I put 5 factories on it, it's going to finish in like a couple months. No, you don't want to do that. These ships are complete trash. Let me show you why. So I'm going to show all the outdated cruisers here. So this is everything. I built up a few to show. And this is the one that's being built right here, the Conte di Cavour. Now look at this. It has a max speed of 23.9 knots, which is terrible. In single player Hearts of Iron 4, the thing that matters is speed. Speed and heavy attack to shred through enemy light screens and their cruisers and heavy ships. But this is complete dog, okay? It only has 31 heavy piercing, 28 heavy attack, and for 24 knots, it's going to slow down your entire navy, and you're going to be able to get picked off by destroyers and other faster ships that the AI will build. So this one, just complete dog crap. What you want to do is, if you're ever building a heavy ship in any nation, delete them. They're garbage. And going to the ship that it's building now, the Littoral class, it's a pretty expensive one, and it won't finish for an entire year and a half. So you're missing out on a year and a half of potentially building. So let's check out this one. As you can see, it's better. It's 28.8 knots. It has 36 heavy attack, 36 heavy piercing, which isn't bad. But the thing is, 28.8 knots is just not optimal. What I aim for every time I'm building a battlecruiser or battleship is at least above 30 knots, so it can keep up with the rest of your navy and not get slowed down. Speed is key in any navy in Hearts of Iron 4, which is why this is very mid. So I would honestly just delete these 2. If you're not too worried about navy, obviously build them. If you build enough of them, yes, you will destroy the AI, but it's very expensive and not great. So I'm going to show you what the better ones are. First off, going to battlecruisers. I believe battlecruisers are vastly superior to battleships. For supply usage. Let's go on this one right here. As you can see, the supply use is 0.48 on this battlecruiser that I built. And on this battleship that I'm building right here, any battleship for that matter, it's 0.80, which will add up, because if you have one battleship going, you could have 2 battle cruisers out that take the same amount of supplies, but you get twice the firepower. And they are cheaper to build. So let's go into this battle cruisers right here. So this is the bread and butter. You can build this as 1936 Italy, which is crazy. So as you can see here, what you want to do to make a battle cruiser, you go in the armor module selection here, and you have all this right here. So to make battlecruiser, obviously you're gonna hit battlecruiser armor 2, and boom, this is the battlecruiser now. What you're gonna want to put on is the heavy battery 2, another heavy battery 2, anti-air 2, because you want AA on all the things you make. It's very nice, so you don't get sunk by carriers or bombers. Fire control system, whatever one you have. Honestly, I always forget to upgrade it, but like the first one's fine. No radar, and with Italy, you get engine number 3, which is why I love going as Italy. And then obviously a secondary battery 2, that one works perfectly. And for one extra thing I love to add on for extra spotting ability and positioning and sub detection is aircraft improved float plane catapult. It's great, it's wonderful, it works wonders. But now let's see our designs on this. So as you can see, we have 30.8 knots, which is good. That's above the 30 threshold that you want. the supply usage is half the battleship. The HP is the same amount as the battleship, so it can take the same amount of like fires or hits. Obviously, the armor is less, but with that extra speed, it should be able to avoid shots more reliably. And if you have the correct amount of screens, it's usually a 3-4 or 3-1 or 4-1 ratio, whatever one you believe in. Both of them works. As you can see, our light attack is good, 4.0, 7.0, which is perfect. That's what you want in a battleship. You don't want a lot because you're trusting your screens to do most of the light attack. Heavy attack is the same as the battleships, 36 and 36. The armor obviously is about 10 less or 8 less, but it's beautiful. You know, it's fine. One extra thing too, the reliability is 15% less than a battleship, but for the trade-off, I believe it's worth it. So fuel usage, 97%, and then all this fun stuff right here. And if we go to this battleship right here, fuel usage is 97, so it's less, and the surface visibility and detection of these ones are the same. So I thought they were different, my fault. Then going on to this one though, so as you can see, 30.8 knots, this is beautiful. But if you wanted a little quicker of a battlecruiser, what you're going to want to do is this one. It's the reason why I produced the slower one is, guess what? The production costs it's 100 difference. You know, it's not that much of a difference. And the extra firepower and armor is better in my opinion. So as you can see, everything in this one's the exact same, except it's battlecruiser armor 1. So it's 32 knots instead of 30.8. But the armor is way less, and you will get hit in naval battles, especially against the allies, because they love death stacking in their fleets. So having that extra armor is nice so you don't get sunk by a critical hit, which can happen. It's never happened for me, but I believe that extra 6 armor will help you immensely. So if you want something a little faster, you're going to want to go with this build, but I do not recommend it. I recommend sticking with this build right here. Now, hypothetically speaking, if you only have engine 2s, which most nations do have, they only have engine 2, I would go with this build because then your speed is at least about 30 knots. Worst case, you can take off the battery right here and it will be above 3, but then you're missing on the light attack. So I would not recommend that. I would just keep it as is. And this one, most optimal one. But if you want to be big boy and go battleships because you're fucking hard stuck in your ways like I am, I just recently switched it up to battlecruisers. This is what you're going to do. So as you can see, I built these two right here compared to these ones. So as you can see, this is the starting one for Italy, and both of them are under 400 to 600 less production cost, which is awesome. You get them out probably a couple months in advance. So let's go to the one I like the best. So this is Battleship 1, as I can call it. As you can see, it's literally the same exact thing as the Battlecruiser, but instead it has Battleship Armor 2. So it has 10 more armor, or not 10, 8 more armor, but it's slower by 1.2 knots, which is fine. It's still quick enough, but I just don't like it. The speed's under 30, and I believe anything above 30 is what will really win it for you. And as Italy, and well, really any nation that isn't the Soviet Union or the United States, the fuel usage and the supply use is immense. You know, you're going to be using double the supply. Your fleet's going to be, you know, it's going to require a lot more supply, so you won't be able to get as effective. But this is still a very effective build right here. It will destroy anything you throw up against it if you have 2 or 3 of them. So as you can see, everything's the exact same as that battlecruiser I showed you, except the armor is a little more and the fuel usage is a little more as well. But if you want to go on the lighter side and get it above 30 knots to the same exact thing as the battlecruiser, you put on everything the same except armor number 1. So as you can see, the armor is 30, which is 2 above the battlecruiser. However, it still uses 97 fuel and 80 supply use. So it's literally the same exact thing as a battlecruiser, but 2 more armor and a shit ton more supply use. And this is more expensive to build too. So in my opinion, I believe this one is also a very good one to use. But if you want the more bang for your buck, obviously just go with the battlecruiser. They cost the same exact thing to build, but this one uses less supply, and it's well, yeah, I don't know. I think that's key. So what you really want to do though is you want 3 of these out. Now use whatever one you're building. I'm just gonna choose that one. So 2 and 3. So if you get 3 of these bad boys out, let's just trade with. Let's see how long will it take them to build. So we'll get these out in a year and a half. So you can hypothetically get 6 of these out before the 1939 war start, which is awesome because that's when you want to start building your screens, because screens take a fraction of the time to build. But that's another video. So if there's any questions, please ask me down below. I'll be happy to answer. And the next video that'll be coming out will be heavy cruisers. So stick around for heavy cruisers, and I hope you guys dominate the waves by manning these guns and using these battle cruisers or battleships I told you today. Peace out.